Anthony Mackie walked onto the stage of The Late Show with his signature charisma, high energy, and a big smile. The audience welcomed him with cheers and applause as Stephen Colbert greeted him with a handshake and a friendly jab about Mackie's rise as a leading man in Hollywood. At first, the mood was upbeat as they joked about Marvel stardom, red carpet mishaps, and Mackie's love for New Orleans. Things started getting interesting when Stephen brought up a recent viral interview where Anthony made bold comments about the future of Hollywood and streaming platforms. Stephen asked if Mackie really believed traditional cinema was dying and whether he thought superhero films were partly to blame for that shift. Mackie responded, confidently saying the industry needs to evolve and that the blame shouldn't be placed on superhero movies, but on the lack of creativity and original storytelling. Stephen pushed back, suggesting that the dominance of blockbuster franchises may be contributing to the decline of smaller films and independent voices. Mackie countered by saying the audience ultimately decides what gets made and that people want to escape when they go to the movies, not always be forced into heavy narratives. His tone was firm but passionate. The conversation quickly grew tense when Stephen suggested that some actors take the easy route by staying in high-paying franchise roles, rather than challenging themselves with riskier performances. Mackie smirked and fired back, asking if Stephen believed actors should apologize for finding consistent work or for building characters that inspire millions globally. The studio grew quiet as Mackie continued, saying that just because a role is popular doesn't mean it lacks depth, and that being part of a cultural moment like playing Captain America comes with weight, responsibility, and purpose. He added that people often forget how powerful it is for kids to see themselves represented on screen. Stephen tried to lighten the mood with a joke about Falcon's wings being a CGI budget killer, but Mackie wasn't amused. He replied that it's easy to joke from a desk, but a lot harder to step into boots and carry the expectations of an entire community on your shoulders. His voice was calm but intense as he called for more respect toward actors who do both commercial and character-driven work. Tension reached its peak when Stephen sarcastically asked if Mackie ever felt boxed in by Marvel's brand or if he was just riding the wave. Mackie took off his mic, leaned forward, and said he wouldn't sit through an interview that tried to belittle his journey or turn his accomplishments into punchlines. He stood up, thanked the audience, and walked off stage without waiting for a reply. The audience gasped, and Stephen looked visibly shocked, unsure how to recover from the moment. Within seconds, the segment was cut to commercial and backstage buzz filled the studio as producers scrambled to adjust the show's timing. Clips of the walk-off immediately hit social media, going viral within minutes. Fans were divided. Some said Mackie was right to stand up for himself, while others believed he could have handled it differently. Regardless, the incident ignited debates around the way mainstream shows handle black actors and whether success in blockbuster films is unfairly diminished. What was supposed to be a fun promotional appearance turned into a raw, honest moment that revealed the pressure public figures face when navigating media expectations and public perception. Mackie's departure wasn't just about one interview. It became a larger conversation about respect, representation, and the power of standing your ground, even on national television.